From the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, this is Tennessee Workforce Today. Here now is Chris Cannon.
Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us. One of the first priorities Governor Bill Lee championed when he took office in January was the governor's investment in vocational education, or GIVE initiative. Apprenticeships are a big part of that GIVE initiative, and take a look why. Nationally, 94% of apprentices retain employment after completing an apprenticeship program. The average starting wage after completing a program is $70,000. And apprentices earn while they learn, reducing the amount of possible student debt. Kenyatta Lovett is the Assistant Commissioner for the Workforce Services Division here at the department. And Kenyatta, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We just talked about the GIVE initiative, and that encompasses several different work-based learning initiatives. How do apprenticeships differ from some of those other initiatives?
Sure, and thank you for having me. Work-based learning initiatives encompass a lot of different programs, such as internships, on-the-job training, work shadowing, job shadowing. Apprenticeships is one aspect of work-based learning opportunities. The difference is that apprenticeships are much more structured, align more with the career or educational pathway, and they can last around 4 to 6 years to get to completion. And the most important thing is that it ties into high wages that are stepped as the apprentice accomplishes more and achieves more in education and also in their career pathway.
So when talking about apprenticeships over the years, a lot of myths are associated with them. What do you think are some of the biggest myths that are out there?
The biggest myth from the apprentice side or the work side is most associated with construction or manufacturing, but as we say, it's not your grandfather's apprenticeships. You can see apprentices in a lot of different levels and types of career fields, such as IT. We even have a seamstress apprenticeship that's in the West Tennessee region. So they can vary in different levels of career trajectory for our citizens.
How can apprenticeship programs impact Tennessee's underserved and underrepresented populations that are out there?
Sure. We can talk first about those younger individuals that need to get into the world of work that have limited work experience. For our high school students, there are strong apprenticeships such as the one that's in Volkswagen, where students can go to school and earn a wage at the same time and get through a program and actually be placed in a high wage job. When you think about our low income students and those who have not been into the work pathway, this is a viable option for them to really be successful. On the adult side, especially for adults who have no credential currently, it's going to be difficult if they're working 2 or 3 jobs to go into some post-secondary pathway. But with this, they can actually earn and learn at the same time, which makes it a lot easier for their life, their lifestyle, and the obligations that they have for their family.
So there's real no age bracket. They can start from high school up through adults when you're already maybe in a career and you want to switch careers?
That's totally correct. Yes, you can be at any age, and especially for back to the myths about women and minorities, you see a lot more success rates in apprenticeships than you do sometimes in traditional post-secondary pathways.
How do you get out there and get to those underserved populations and let them know that this is out there, this is an option for them?
That's a great question. It's really more around marketing and outreach. We have just received in the Department of Labor and Workforce Development a $1.4 million federal grant to expand apprenticeships. A huge component of that is to make sure that we're reaching out to those who are not familiar with the apprenticeship model, to make sure that they understand that that's a viable pathway for them. In listening tours that I've had previously, it's really important for adults to know that, because that option of earning while learning is probably the only pathway for them to earn a post-secondary credential.
During National Apprenticeship Week here in 2019, the department is really going to push out the word about apprenticeships. But 2020 is going to be a big year across the state of Tennessee for apprenticeships. What are the plans? What's in the works?
Absolutely. One, we're going to launch our full-on press, I hate to use a sports analogy, but a full-court press to expand our apprenticeships, one under the sort of staging of the federal grant that we received, but more importantly, the commissioner here has made deliberate efforts to make investments in providing staffing for apprenticeships. Part of that's going to be branding, to make sure we have a website, that we are actually having outreach materials for employers and apprentices. But more importantly, we have people that are going to support our employers, especially mid-sized and small businesses that don't have the capacity to fill out the apprenticeship paperwork or really know how to support that work. We'll have intermediaries, directors that are going to actually do that hand-holding for them to make sure that they can run that program as successfully as possible. The long-range plan from 2020 is to get ourselves positioned as a state to be an authorizer of apprenticeships, which currently there are about 25 states that do that, but we want to be self-sufficient at Tennessee to make sure that the apprenticeships moving forward, that we can actually handle and sustain that.
So big plans coming in 2020 that really are going to impact the state of Tennessee for years to come.
In a huge way.
All right, Kenyatta, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that's our time for this week. We have new episodes of Tennessee Workforce Today on the first and third Monday of the month at 10 a.m. Central. For everyone at the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, I'm Chris Cannon. We'll see you next time.